Welcome to Perry Unlikely. So if you enjoyed today's content, do me a favor and smash the like button. Also consider subscribing. So I'm going to show you in this video today how really easy it is to fall victim to a scam. So we're going to look at this from the perspective of an NFT. And for starters, we got to name this NFT project. We're going to call it Spooksters NFTs. What do our Spooksters NFTs look like? Here they are. And I'm fully aware that these don't look amazing, but we have to have a product, your Spookster NFTs. Now, let's set those aside for just a second. And I want you to remember, think about the marketing aspect. We have our Telegram set up, we have our Discord, we have our Twitter, and the buzz starts. That's how you're going to first come in contact with the project, through simple social media and marketing and things like that. Also, you may see the project pop up somewhere on YouTube, any number of ways, but obviously there has to be excitement drummed about the NFT project. Here's where the not so elaborate scheme starts to come to life. But remember, it doesn't have to be elaborate to take your money. Our scammer goes by the name Mr. Anonymous. For the illustration of this video, Ethereum is going to maintain a price of $3,800. Mr. Anonymous has $500,000 in Ethereum. At a price of $3,800, that is 131.57 Ethereum. Now, we're going to go ahead and figure that it's going to cost us a little bit of something at least to market this project, right? But ultimately, for the illustration purposes and just to simplify it, we're not really going to include gas fees. Now, that's really going to matter when it comes down to the money one would make. But just to keep it simple, let's not worry about gas fees for this video. We're going to say for the marketing budget for our NFT project, it's going to be $50,000. That is going to cost Mr. Anonymous 13.15 Ethereum for the entire marketing budget. And you can be flexible, move that up, move that down. It's just simply to give you some figure because there is going to be some cost. Now, what types of things is this $50,000 going to go towards? It could be any number of things, but to keep it simple, the art, you may have to pay someone to do the artwork. You need articles written about it as well. And we'll say film to illustrate that you may want some digital video to represent it as well. The project is continuing to grow hype. By this point, you've come across it and you think it may be the next Bored Apes. You think it may be the next CryptoPunks, any number of projects that have had massive tons of success and quite frankly made people rich. Now the term rich is relative, but I think you get the point. The team finally announces the distribution. Now this is an extremely limited edition rare NFT set, and there's only 100 that will be minted. Now 90% is going to go to the public, and of course the team has to receive some, so the team will get 10%. So because there's only 100, these rare NFTs are going to be amazing. Why? Well, there's only 90 that will be out in the public circulation, and then 10 for the team. And by the way, those 10 will be in a wallet and you'll be able to see exactly what is going on with them. Those are for the loyal followers so they can do giveaways and for the few members. Now, when I say few members, right now, Mr. Anonymous is actually the only member, if you will, of the team. He's running this from his mother's basement. The excitement is built up to crazy levels. The waiting is finally over. The team finally makes an announcement that you will be able to have a chance to mint one of these Spookster NFTs next Thursday at 4 p.m. GMT time. Everyone is excited and the buzz continues. They also tell you that the minting price will be half of an Ethereum. With our price of $3,800 per ETH, that puts it right at $1,900 to get your hands on these Spookster NFTs. but you are all in and know that if you can get your hands on it, these are going to blow up and be bigger than any NFT that has come out within the past 6 months. Now it's time to mint those NFTs. On the day of minting, everything goes fine. 70 public NFTs are minted. But hold up, I thought the public was getting 90. Well, see, what you don't know is Mr. Anonymous did keep his word and minted 10 for the team, but using different wallets, he minted 20 for himself. Now, you have no idea of that because he used different wallets. So when looking at it, you just think the mint went fine. You feel very lucky that you got your hands on one. Tons of excitement. And by showing you the team's address, we'll call that the sleight of hand, you see that the 10 did actually go in to a specific wallet, and you'll be able to monitor that to make sure that everything's good with the team's NFTs. Other than Mr. Anonymous being a dishonest liar, you feel great about it because you don't know that. So you're thinking to yourself, I got my hands on this NFT. It's going to be great. Now, as far as the money that Mr. Anonymous has made, Mr. Anonymous, from those 70 that were actually sold, has pulled in 35 Ethereum. Now, that comes to $133,000. As far as those other 20, yes, Mr. Anonymous did pay for those, but he bought them from himself. So he simply paid himself to get those 20. Now, to this point, Mr. Anonymous has made $133,000, and his only expense was the 13.15 Ethereum for the marketing. Now, I'm not even going to go ahead and necessarily worry about the math on that, but that should show you how quickly money can be made in NFTs. So at this point, it comes down to, are you happy with the digital art that you have just purchased? And if you are, there you go. But we're going to take it a step further. Now, you know that the team still holds those 10 NFTs, and no giveaways yet or anything like that, but you're confident because the team still has them. Everything's good. The buzz is growing. Now, Mr. Anonymous, what you got to remember is outside of those 10 for the team, owns 20% of the market. So silently, Mr. Anonymous, using multiple addresses again, starts to sell those NFTs, those glorious Spookster NFTs. Now, I'm just using an arbitrary price, but to keep it simple, we'll say that those 20 start to be sold for roughly around 2 Ethereum. And not all the same price, just in that range. So then what follows is those people who had the other NFTs start to see the price rising. The excitement builds up. New buyers come in. Many of those people start to sell. Now some are holding. Now Mr. Anonymous, by selling those 20 NFTs back and forth with himself, has effectively raised the price floor up from that starting price of a half of an Ethereum to a low of 2 Ethereum now. At this point, even without Mr. Anonymous, there will be price action back and forth, excitement, some buzz. Newcomers will come. People that were in from the jump will leave. Everything's good with the project. Through a series of doing this a few times and the market following, over time, he actually starts to sell those NFTs, those 20 off onto the market. And we'll say that he was able to sell them all for a low of 8 Ethereum per Spookster NFT. Now those are off fully onto the market. Now the team, Mr. Anonymous that is, still has those 10, and that's keeping the project in good standing because people don't think that the founder has just off and left. Now, when Mr. Anonymous is able to sell all of these off onto the market for 8 Ethereum each, he's effectively manipulated the market and been able to make 160 ETH. Now at that price of $3,800, he has just made $608,000. And the only thing that has cost him was 13.15 Ethereum for the marketing. And you never knew about any of the back and forth selling that he was doing behind the scenes. But even with those expenses, keep in mind that Mr. Anonymous went from $500,000 starting off to now $1,058,000. So the profit overall, Mr. Anonymous made $558,000. At any point, Mr. Anonymous could take those 10 that are for the team, if you will, and sell those. Manipulation can go on without even being a part of the team. And that's what adds another layer to this. Any random person could have come in and in a series of using multiple wallets and selling back and forth to themselves, they can manipulate the price. We already know when it comes to cryptocurrency, we know how whales manipulate the market. Well, the NFT market is a lot smaller in comparison to the overall broad cryptocurrency market. So even if the team was not involved, any random person with a bag of ETH or any other blockchain for that matter could have come in and manipulated the price to raise the price floor through a series of selling back and forth to themselves. And it goes beyond that. They don't have to sell back and forth to themselves. There can be several people in on this. For every bored ape, there's likely a broke ape. Thank you for watching the content. Make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, leave a comment. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. Thanks for tuning in to Perry Unlikely, and I will see you next time.